Hey guys, Ike here from Mike'sOutdoors.com. I'm here today to do a review on a new Velocity Armageddon. This is my first crossbow review, but I've done a lot of work on crossbows in the past and done a lot of shooting with crossbows in the past. And when I decided to pick one up to use during rifle season, I did a lot of studying on which crossbow I thought I wanted and really looked at it with a critical eye and decided on this Velocity Armageddon. And the reason I decided on this bow, to purchase this bow for rifle season this year, to use it during rifle season and alternative method season here in Missouri, was because of the features on this bow. You get a lot of features for a little bit of money. There's crossbows out there on the market that are $1,000, $1,500 and up, and this one, for the price that I paid for it, which was in the $600 range, you're getting a lot of really good, really nice features. This bow came as a package. It came exactly like you see it here. I got it disassembled, but you can get it assembled. But really easy instructions to follow to assemble this thing. I mean, absolutely no problem assembling it at all. So we'll show you some of the features of this thing and show you some of the stuff that it comes with. It comes with a 4x32 illuminated scope. This has red and green crosshairs in this thing, and you can light them up different intensities, and has multiple crosshairs in it for different yardages. So the box says 6-bolt quiver, but I got a 4-bolt quiver with mine, which doesn't make no big deal to me because I don't really want to carry 6 bolts anyway. Padded sling right here on the front. This is a neoprene sling, really comfortable. With a crossbow, you know, you really want something to carry this thing in and out. Rope cocking device, which I don't know what I did with it, but it does come with a rope cocking device as well. It has a couple handles, comes out and hooks right here, and hooks on the back right here. Allows you to pull this thing a whole lot easier. Also comes with some rail lubricant on here so you can lube your rails up, and be sure to do that with every 10 to 15 shots. The other thing, the specs on this bow is this is a 175-pound bow. IBO rating on this is 350 feet per second. Now, I'm going to show you some speed results here. I'm shooting the Velocity archery arrows that came with it. Comes with 3 of these arrows, and also comes with 125 grain field tip as well. And I am shooting these here, which are I believe they're 407 grains, and I'm getting 370 feet per second out of this bow. So really fast bow, and I got a consistent 371 to 375 rating on this thing. So it says IBO is 350 feet per second. The bow that I've got with it set up coming from factory is actually getting about 371 to 375. With that setup, the kinetic energy on it was going to be about 110 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. So that's plenty of kinetic energy to put down just about anything out there. 35 inches total length, so pretty long crossbow. But really what I like about it is this Picatinny rail down here. You can actually move this forestock up and down. Another thing I like about this forestock is actually blocks, because you can, on some of these forestocks, you can get your finger up in there and get hit with the string as it comes forward. So this one actually blocks your fingers from coming up, but it has a Picatinny rail underneath here, so you can actually move your forestock up, and you can also put any accessories you want on there that'll fit with the Picatinny rail. What I like about it is I was able to move my forestock up, so I'm able to get my hand up there a little bit more toward the front, a little bit more where the weight is, and it makes this crossbow a lot more comfortable being able to move that. I really like the forestock on it as well too. Just looks cool. Got a little bit of red rubber in there and looks really nice. So 35 inches, it is a little bit longer crossbow, but being able to get that forestock out for me allowed me to get my hand a little bit more out up there, and really allows me to hold it a lot steadier. 23.5 inches is your total width, so not too bad as far as width goes. Still nice and small, still very maneuverable. You don't have a whole lot moving around in there. It says 8 pounds on their boxes for total weight, but my scale showed it to being a little bit closer to 10. So 8 pounds is a little bit on the light side. Maybe if you stripped everything off of it, scope and quiver and all that stuff like that, it's probably 8 pounds. But as it sets up like this, it actually is about 10 pounds. Power stroke's 14.5 inches. That means from here to get it locked in, it's about 14.5 inches. Trigger pull's about 4 pounds, and if you're not familiar with a crossbow, it doesn't feel like a rifle. It has a little bit different feel to the trigger, and I like it because with this trigger I can actually put my finger on it and I can really slowly pull it, and I can really get it, squeeze it off like you're supposed to. The nice thing about the quiver too, this quiver does come off pretty easily. You can just pop this thing right off there and slide it out, which is no problem getting it off. If I can't, there it is. I can't see couldn't see the deal. So you can shoot it on, you can shoot it off. I've been shooting it with this quiver on here, and it really doesn't add a whole lot of noise to it. It's got the double grippers on here, so it's a pretty good quiver and doesn't add a whole lot of noise and doesn't add a whole lot of weight out there. One thing I've noticed shooting it with this setup, with the factory setup, is inside your scope you're going to have multiple crosshairs, and I figured it was going to be 20, 30, 40 and so on, but I'm actually shooting the middle crosshair out to 40 yards. Now, I had to make a little bit of an adjustment. I was shooting a little low at 40 yards, so I actually sighted it in just a little bit high at 20 yards, and at 40 yards I am dead on. 20 yards I'm shooting about 2 inches high, which if I aim for the heart on a deer, I'm still going to bust the lungs on it, and 40 yards I'm going to nail it right in the heart every time, and then I can sight my crossbow or my crosshairs in from there. So pretty impressed with this bow overall. We'll take it back here and we'll shoot it a little bit just to show you a couple of things on it. Like most crossbows out there, it's got a safety feature of you have to have it in the fire position. When you pull it back, you have to have the trigger free. When you pull it back, it'll actually engage the safety and won't allow you to shoot it until you disengage the safety. Safety's not bad to get to. You can hold your hand here and you can disengage the safety with your thumb, and then you can squeeze off your shot. So let's take this thing over here and let's do just a little bit of shooting with it. I've only got 2 bolts because I cracked one into a target and shot all the way through the target and actually ended up breaking the bolt. So we'll step back here and we'll do a little bit of shooting with this thing. Okay, so here's the rope cocker that we talked about that I didn't have a few minutes ago. So that's what it comes with to help you cock it. Definitely makes it a lot easier. This thing is in the safety position right now. I'm going to go ahead and load a bolt. Now, when you do this, treat this thing just like you would a firearm, because that's pretty much what it is. So we got it in there. We've got it seated all the way back. You'll see a little indicator on this side right here showing that it is on and it is ready to shoot. If that's in the off position, then it's not going to shoot. So when you're ready to shoot, click the safety off and you'll be ready to go. We'll take the cover off of the scope, and I'm going to go ahead and turn this on just a little bit. Shoulder's really nice, feels really good. With my hand out there, I'm able to take a lot of the weight off of the front of the bow. Love the trigger pull on this thing. I like the trigger pull because, 4-pound trigger pull, you can see there. I could take my time. I could squeeze it off. I could really make what I feel like is a good shot with it. So some people may not like a 4-pound trigger, but I really like the trigger pull on this thing, and really like the way it shoots. You can see there I've got the quiver on. I've got an arrow in there, and it shoots, sounds good, shoots good, and shoots very accurately too. That's all it takes to cock it, and you're ready to load it up with another bolt. Just like that, all the way down in there, on position, and we're ready to go. So, this is the Armageddon from Velocity, and I think you're getting a lot of bow for the money. I looked at a lot of the higher end bows and eventually settled on this because a lot of the features of it are ones you're going to find on the higher end bows, and you're gonna be able to pick this one up for a little bit less money. A couple of things I didn't like about the bow. Overall, the serving on the strings is a little bit, I got some separation going on there. I've only shot this thing about 20-25 times. Got a little bit of serving already, separation on the serving, but other than that, no big deal really. The bow shoots really nice, it's accurate, and absolutely absolutely just wadding arrows out to 40 yards. So really like that as well. I like the way it's set up. When you put it up to your shoulder, it really settles in nice. I like the grip on it. I like the trigger pull. I like the forestock, and I really like the idea of the added protection to keep you from getting your fingers up in there and getting the cables. Because I've done it before and I've seen other people do it. It doesn't feel real good. The nice thing, you can shoot it with the quiver on, shoot it with the quiver off. Don't really notice much of a difference in feel or noise. Quiet, accurate, fast, putting out a lot of kinetic energy. I've been shooting this with a mechanical broadhead, shooting with a G5 Havoc, and shooting it into a crossbow target and shooting right with my field point. So when I switched over to my expandable broadheads, didn't have to do anything to it or anything like that. So this is the G5, that's the G5 broadhead that I'm shooting. This is the Velocity Armageddon. Sharp looking crossbow, shoots really nice, and it's got a lot of the features, a lot of the performance that you're going to get out of a higher end crossbow. Definitely worth checking out, and one I'm going to be carrying into the woods this year during rifle season, and hopefully be able to bag me a deer with it. But really looking forward to getting out in the woods with this thing, and really looking forward to putting down my first kill with a crossbow. So for more information on this thing, we'll put a link to their website in the description below, and for more product reviews, how-to videos, and hopefully successful kills with this thing, check us out at ikesoutdoors.com. Appreciate you guys watching.